Well, it's time for a quick look at the markets, and we have some breaking news. We have the trade balance figures, and it's a deficit of $40.38 billion for the latest period. Was a little more than expected, but down from the previous period. Here to help us with that is Sital Patel. Sital, thanks for being here.
Hi, Simon. Yes, it's good news, right? Positive step for GDP when the trade deficit is the trade deficit narrows, right, more than expected, and the trade deficit really takes away from the economic growth.
Right, and it's the difference between imports and exports of goods and services. And so if we've clearly bought more foreign goods than we have sold.
Right.
When you have a deficit, otherwise we'd have a surplus.
Yes.
And so it's narrowing. Lots of other interpretations of that can go into there based on the health of our economy, because some people could say if we're not importing because we have this insatiable appetite in America for foreign goods, it could mean things are weak.
Right, and we saw GDP estimates for the first quarter really being very slow. So hoping that the economy is going to grow a little bit more.
Okay, and you're looking at three stocks, the first of which is Twitter.
That's right. Twitter today is like the lockup period, which means that insiders of Twitter can sell hundreds of millions of dollars of shares. And we're talking about, co-founders, Jack Dorsey,
Dick Costolo,
the CEO, and Evan Williams. So we're talking about something like $400 million of share, hundreds of millions of dollars of shares. And but insiders say that the firm is not planning to. A lot of those insiders are not planning to sell those shares and will be keeping them. And the shares were Twitter shares were down 4% this morning.
Okay, that's interesting. And then we got Groupon, which I've occasionally called Group Off because of its difficulties with its business model. What's happening now?
They have launched a new service called Groupon Basics, where you're now allowed to buy household goods such as shampoo, razors, but in bulk. And you can order from them, and as long as you order $24.99, your shipping is free, which is great. And then returns are free, which I always love. You always want to know you can return something.
Well, hopefully not used razors. That wouldn't be very good. Okay, Athena Health. This is garnering a lot of attention because of an activist investor. What's happening?
That's right. David Einhorn yesterday at the Sohn conference came out and said he's shorting Athena Health. He thinks the shares will fall at least 80%. And he says that the CEO he was talking about bubble stocks, and he pointed to Athena as an example of that. And he said this company specializes in healthcare information technology, and he says the CEO is out there touting this firm as something that it's not. So he was really bashing the stock yesterday, and it's down.
I'm sure
10%.
that'll make him popular. We'll see what happens there, and no doubt there'll be lots of interesting stuff to report on. Thank you very much,
definitely.
Sital Patel of MarketWatch.